Hi students, good morning to all. Today we discuss the subject 6th standard geography unit 1 term 2. Term 2 topic is resources. What is meant by resources? Resources mean that fulfills human needs. Some use it becomes valuable. It fulfills human needs. What the human want, it fulfills the human needs. Some use it becomes valuable. Some uses it becomes valuable. All resources have valuable. The value can be commercial or a non-commercial. The value can be the commercial or a non-commercial. Commercial resources have great economic value. For example, petroleum. Compared to the other countries, India, the petroleum rate is very high. The value of petroleum is very high compared to other countries. India have a very high rate of petroleum. Non-commercial resources are very abundant in availability. For example, air. And again, resources that fulfills human needs. Resources fulfill the human needs. Some use it becomes valuable. All resources have valuable. The value can be commercial or non-commercial. Commercial resources have great economic value. For the example, petroleum. Already I gave the explanation. Compared to the other countries, India, especially the Tamil Nadu is very high. Before 5 to 10 years, the petroleum value rate is 70 below. But now, the 10 years, petroleum value is very high. Non-commercial resources are very abundant in availability. Example, air. In resources, we have three types. One is the natural resources. Another one is the mankind resources. Third one is the human resources. What is the three natural resources we have? One is the natural, another one is the mankind, another one is the human. These are the three natural resources we have it. First one is natural resources. All resources have been directly provided by nature or called natural resources. All resources have been directly, not indirectly, directly provided by nature or called natural resources. For the examples, the air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetations and wildlife around us are called the natural resources. What are the examples of natural resources? The air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetation and wildlife around us are called natural resources. This is the 2 mark question. What is called natural resources? Natural resources mean all resources have been directly provided by all nature or called natural resources. For the examples, the air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetation and wildlife around us are all natural resources. This question is a 2 mark. The use of any natural resources depends on the place it is available. The use of any natural resources depends on the place it is available. Now, the classification of natural resources. Natural resources can be classified into different groups. Depends. Natural resources can be classified into different groups. Depends. First one is origin, development second, third one is renewability, fourth one distribution and last one is fifth ownership. Natural resources can be classified into different groups. Classified different classified we have it in a depends on origin. First one is the origin. development, renewability, distribution, ownership. Now we see the first one of origin. On the basis of origin. Basis of origin. Origin, all living resources are biotic resources and abiotic resources. All living resources means water, human, animals. All living resources are biotic resources and abiotic resources. For the example, plants. First one is plants, animals, and other microorganisms are biotic resources. What is the biotic resources? We have the two biotic resources in here, biotic and abiotic. On the basis of origin, we have the two resources. First one is biotic and abiotic. Biotic and abiotic resources. For the biotic resources are plants, animals, and other microorganisms are called biotic resources. Abiotic resources. Abiotic resources are non-living things. Non-living things. Biotic resources are living things. That is the plants, animals, and the microorganisms are biotic resources. Abiotic resources is non-living things. Non-living things. Which one is the non-living things? Land, water, air, and the minerals are abiotic resources. How many resources? How many origin resources we have? The two. First one is biotic, another one is abiotic. Biotic means the living things. Living things means animals, plants, and microorganisms are called biotic resources. Second one is abiotic resources. Abiotic resources means non-living things. Non-living things what are land, water, air, and minerals are abiotic resources. First we see the biotic resources. We see the biotic resources. Resources were biotic resources were mere substances, still they were recognized by humans. Still they were recognized by humans. According to the human needs, the substances were collected by the ancient men. Ancient means the old peoples. The past 100 or 200 years peoples. According to the human needs, the substances were collected by the ancient men and preserved for use. In the beginning, man had only three basic needs. In the beginning, nowadays we have more than the needs. For as a human, nowadays they are very vast because they have more than the needs. They are waste their monies. But in the past, ancient peoples means the old 100 or 200 years before the peoples. 100 or 200 years before the peoples, ancient peoples. In the beginning, man had only three basic needs. What are the basic needs we have? Human ones. Only the three. First one is food. Another one is clothes. Another one is shelter. Shelter means who are have a home. That is called shelter. Nowadays we have we all have a home. But in the ancient peoples, they have the shelter. Shelter means which was created by the wood. That is called a shelter. Food, clothes, shelter. These are the basic needs in the beginning man. Beginning man is who are the first human being who are living the earth. In the beginning man had only three basic needs. First one is the food, clothes, and shelter. He collected through primary activities. Such as how the human collect their activities. Hunting. First one is hunting. Second one is food gathering. First one is hunting. Second one is food gathering. Third one is fishing, and fourth one forestry. These are the collected through primary activities for the humans such as hunting, food gathering, fishing, and forestry. Biotic resources were mere substances till they were recognized by humans. They were recognized by humans. According to the human needs, the substances were collected by the ancient men and preserved for use. In the beginning man, they have only the three needs. First one is the food, second one is cloth, third one is shelter. How they were collected through their primary activities. First one is hunting, food gathering, fishing and forestry. These are the four. He collected through primary activities such as hunting, food gathering, fishing and forestry. Later, when food becomes scarce, they had to cultivate and become agriculture. The food's not enough for their hunting and fishing and forestry, so they choose the lands to agriculture. They choose the lands to agriculture. Later, when food becomes scarce, they had to cultivate and then become agriculture, and the cattle were also on their farms to fulfill their basic needs. Cattle were also on their farms to fulfill their basic needs. This is the biotic resources. Now we see the abiotic needs. Biotic needs of resources. Abiotic needs resources. Abiotic resources were also sought after by the early man. They went in search of better land forms. They went in search of better land forms. Where they had enough water resources. First one is the water. Humans, they have it in water. Without water, the humans can't live in this world. So that the early men, they choose the first one is the water resources where they have it for agriculture. Without of water, humans not agriculture to recover the food. That's why they search for better land forms where they had enough water resources for agriculture and their cattle. They were in need of tools right from hunting to agriculture. They were in need of tools. Tools means nowadays we use the agriculture tools. What? Tractors. Am I right or not? They were in need of tools right from hunting to agriculture. They were in needs of tools right from hunting to agriculture. Primarily the tools were only made of stones. Nowadays we are using the tractors to agriculture. But in the past times they are using the tools were only made of stones. Later man dug the earth for the better abiotic resources. Later man dug means water, dug the earth for better abiotic resources and found copper first. First one is copper and iron later. Leading primary activities and still holds an important place among the economic activities. Leading primary activities and still holds an important place among the economic activities. These are the abiotic resources. Abiotic resources were also sought after by the early men. They went in search of better land forms where they had enough water resources for agriculture and their cattle. Because water, important is a water. Without the water, the human can't live. The agriculture also we can't use it. They were in need of tools right from hunting to agriculture. Primarily, the tools were only made of stones in the past period. Later, man dug the earth for better abiotic resources and found copper first and iron later. Leading primary activities and still holds an important place among the economic activities. Now we see the development and renewability and another one.